Hi, everybody. Hello? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Spring Lake Heights Board of Education meeting. The June 23rd, 2025 meeting of the Spring Lake Heights Board of Education is called to order. Advance notice of the meeting was published in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and notices were forwarded to the Co-Star, the Asbury Park Press, to board members, and were posted as required. Time may be allotted for public comment at this meeting.
Ms. Clark?
Here.
Mr. Carnan?
Here.
Mr. Carey?
Here.
Mr. Phillips? Ms. King English?
Here. Flag salute.
So we have a new reporter from the Co-Star tonight, and I said they're the only time that we really ever get an audience at these meetings is when there's cake. And so thank you all for coming for a very important evening. And so when we gather tonight, it's because we want to honor two amazing mathematics educators that have been a combined 47 years here in Spring Lake Heights. I have some prepared stuff to say for Mrs. Schoenberg and for Mr. Kay. As does our board president. But I'm going to go first. So I think we will highlight Mrs. Schoenberg first, and then I'll do my part, and then Ms. Clark will do hers, and then we'll talk about Johnny K, as we affectionately refer to him on the staff. So good evening, everyone. It's great to see everybody here, not just family members of the retirees, but our students and our staff. So thank you so much for coming out on this nice, cool evening. Tonight we gather to honor and celebrate a remarkable educator, a passionate mentor, and a truly unforgettable member of the Spring Lake Heights School family, Mrs. Schoenberg. For years, Melinda has brought her love for math into our classrooms with energy, creativity, and dedication. Whether she was teaching the fundamentals or diving into the elegant complexities of geometry, her joy for the subject was undeniable. Her sweet spot was always with the upper-level kids, and in return, they responded with engagement, growth, and often a newfound appreciation for a subject many may find intimidating. That is no small feat, turning math into something joyful and even, dare we say, fun. And speaking of fun, who could forget the famous Waka Waka dance? Only Melinda could get a group of middle schoolers to move their feet, shake off their nerves, and build memories that would last a lifetime, all while somehow tying it back to a math lesson. Whether through creative projects, lighthearted traditions, or those daily moments of connection, Melinda understood that teaching is not just about content. It's about making students feel seen, supported, and inspired. She has embodied the very spirit of our motto, preparation, pride, and possibilities. Melinda prepared her students not just with skills, but with confidence. She took pride in their progress, their successes, and even their struggles. And most importantly, she always opened new doors to new possibilities for her students, for her colleagues, and for herself. As Melinda steps into this exciting new chapter, we know she has much to look forward to. Time with her children and grandchildren, sharing stories, maybe teaching a few more math tricks, and creating memories as beautiful as those she's left behind in our halls. Melinda, thank you for the laughter, the lessons, and the legacy. You've shaped minds and touched hearts. While we will miss you dearly, we know that your next adventure is just beginning, and that it will be just as meaningful and impactful as your time with us. Please join me in congratulating Mrs. Schoenberg on her retirement. All right, Madam President just changed my plan here. She said, why don't you do Mr. K, and then she'll go at the end. So she's my boss, so that's what I do. Good evening again, everyone. Tonight, again, we gather with a mix of gratitude and bittersweet emotion as we say goodbye not to just a colleague, but to a Spring Lake Heights legend. After many dedicated years of service, Mr. John Kershak, known affectionately to students as Mr. K, and to us staff as Johnny K, is retiring. Now, when you think of Mr. K, a few things come immediately to mind. Unwavering dedication, genuine care for his students, and of course, an unrivaled sneaker collection. I think we're all still wondering if there's a secret storage unit somewhere in Manasquan filled wall to wall with his impeccably coordinated kicks. But beyond the fashion sense which we've all admired, Johnny K has truly been the heart of this school. As a middle school math teacher, he's been the picture of consistency. Day in and day out, his classroom was a space of structure, support, and learning, and it didn't stop at math equations. He taught lessons in responsibility, sportsmanship, and character, and he taught them well. Walk into Mr. K's classroom and you'll see walls that tell a story, newspaper clippings of former students and athletes, each one a testament to his belief that every student has potential and every achievement, no matter how far down the road, is worth celebrating. He's been his students' biggest fan long after they've left his classroom. As a coach on the basketball court, the soccer field, and most recently on the track, he was more than just a strategist or motivator. He was someone who showed up. Rain or shine, win or lose, his athletes knew they had someone in their corner who truly cared. Mr. K coached with the same values he taught: preparation, pride, and possibilities, the very motto of our school. He didn't just say it, he lived it. There are countless students who will tell you that Mr. K was a teacher who believed in them, who gave them structure when they needed it, and support when they didn't know they needed it. And there are just as many staff members who would say the same about Johnny K. That he was a steady presence in the hallway, the calm in the storm, and the guy you could always count on for a straight answer and maybe a recommendation on a good pair of Nikes. As he heads into retirement, we're left wondering, what will Johnny K do with all this free time? Will he take up golf? Will he write a book about sneaker culture and education? Or maybe, just maybe, he'll surprise us all and join the Manasquan PTA and become that class parent. We wouldn't put it past him. Whatever the next chapter looks like, we know one thing for sure. Mr. Kershak, your impact here is lasting. You've shaped lives, you've built a legacy, and you've set the gold standard for what it means to be a teacher and a coach. From all of us, students, staff, parents, and the countless people you've touched, we thank you. We wish you nothing but the best in this new adventure. Enjoy your well-earned retirement, Johnny K. You've more than earned it.
That's really hard to follow up with. One of the things I just want to say, and this is a whole new experience for me to sit in this seat and be where I am. One of the other new experiences I had this year was being on the scholarship committee. And I think there's no greater testament to two great teachers than the words of your students, both current and previously. So I had asked any former students to send in notes, any current students, so we do have that. One of the other things that I have for you guys too is the scholarship essays that we read on the committee, and you guys were both mentioned numerous times. And then I started to think about how many years you both have been here, how many lives you've impacted over the years, and how many times you were probably mentioned in those essays and you weren't aware of it. So my promise to you going forward is, as long as I'm on that committee and I hear something, I think it needs to be shared with not just you guys, but every teacher, because you need to know how many lives you've touched and you have. So I just want to thank you for that. And that's all I have to say.
Do any other board members have anything they'd like to say? You don't have to. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. K and Mr. Schoenberg if they want to say anything. You don't have to prepare for that, but if you do, I set up a nice mic right there. You might just have to turn it on.
There's no, can everybody hear me, I guess? Yes? Okay. There's really no way I could have not said anything because all the kind words that both of you gave to us and what we did for the school. This school's done 25 times that for me. Kind of figured this out mathematically. Spring Lake Heights is the 5th best thing that's happened to me in my life. The other 4 are there. I'd get in trouble if I said that, Spring Lake Heights was number 1, but I wouldn't have any of those 4 without Spring Lake Heights. And then it goes beyond them to all of the wonderful friends who I've met and have become such an incredible part of my life. Um, Finally, when we talk about our students, and we have good days, we have bad days with them, but one of the greatest things that I've always felt this just warms my heart is when they may come back when they're a freshman in high school. They may come back when they're a senior or in college, or you see them somewhere and they look at you and they see you as, their middle school math teacher, and they go back to that 13-year-old. And then you kind of feel like, if I just did a little bit, that's just such an award, And there were days when I, taught, and it's a grind, and you're thinking, oh, I can't wait till I retire. And then all of a sudden, as I got closer, I realized, how blessed I have been, and how much, in a weird way, I didn't want to retire, because everything just seemed so, amazing. We had a wonderful group of 8th graders this year. I did my best not to bawl my eyes out, so, you guys didn't make fun of me, but Spring Lake Heights is just an amazing town, and I am a very blessed individual that I got to be here for about 26 years, so thank you.
Put you on the spot, Mr.
Hi, everybody. I remember interviewing for this job, Linda Martinson, and just being so excited that I got it. Such an honor and a privilege to get a job here. Seamus Hackett. The Hacketts were part of the board back then, long, long time ago. The kids, that's why you do it. You do it because you love the kids. And I was from Ohio, so I often told them I was raised by wolves, because I don't have all the culture that y'all have all the time, which the kids know, and they don't mind. You do it for the kids because you love them. And I had super big regrets when you posted my job. It's like, and I almost pulled it back. But he would have had the right not to let me pull it back, so I didn't want to find out. The things that go on. But anyway, best group of colleagues, they're friends. Seeing Jill here, and this here. Just every year I destroyed my yearbook. I'd cut out all the groups of kids that I had, because I knew when I was really old, I wouldn't care about all the ones I didn't recognize. And then I'd laminate them. And I decided that's going to be my go-to when I'm in the nursing home. I'm just going to look at the kids. But anyway, I don't know. Thank you for all you've done for me. Couple things. You discipline people you love. And if nothing else, from this job I've learned self-discipline. I've learned to help kids have self-discipline. And that's hard when you're 12, 13, 11, 9. Really hard. And life is short. I had to live through all those years. I had taught all those students that we lost. And I'm not going to cry. The kids cried on Friday. Blew my brain. I had small people crying. I never dreamed that would ever happen in a million years. I don't know why. I just would have never thought. So, thank you for everything. Cora's a gem. Your kids are gems. And I'll be quiet now because I always talk too much, which we already determined. So, thank you again.
All right. So that Madden stops whistling. We will take a 15-minute break now, and the PTA has graciously provided, looks like a cake in the back, and some other fun stuff. So let's take a 15-minute break. Johnny K. and Melinda, this is when Mrs. Holter is going to track you down and take pictures. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to take a break.